Hey everybody, the project I got this week is a oven rack pusher and puller. So it's got a nice little hook up here in the top that you can hook onto your oven rack and pull out when it's nice and hot. And then it's got another little hook in the front here where you can just push the oven rack back in. Very simple project. You can finish this in half of a day, even with your finishing process and everything like that. So basically what happened was about a month ago I was making a pizza, burned the crap out of my hand on the oven rack as I was trying to get a pizza out. This is kind of my solution. No more sticking my hand in the oven or anything like that. So very easy, and I've already used it, so it works great. So let's get started. Alright, so to start off, I've got this little scrap of walnut, and basically it's about 12 inches long, and I'm going to cut a 3-inch chunk out of it for my oven rack puller. So we'll get started with that. Okay, so from here I'm just going to draw my rough shape onto my chunk of wood. I know it's going to be a little bit hard to see for you guys since this is pencil, but I'll try and go back with a chalk mark or a piece of chalk to see if you can kind of get the general gist of what I'm going for. But basically I'm going to start off pretty high. Oh, this is a really bad drawing, but basically it should look something like this. So, I get that that's kind of hard to see, but that's kind of what my rack puller is going to look like, the rough cut at least. So, from here we'll go over to the bandsaw and cut this out. Alright, there it is. So that's the kind of rough cut out. Kind of a weird looking shape, but so this will be the rack pusher. So when you push the rack back in, it'll go right there. And this is the rack puller. Just reach in, grab it, and pull it out. So from here we'll go on to some sanding and round over these edges, make a nice handle, and go from there. Alright, so next we'll go over to the router table and round over these edges. Alright, so it's not perfect. Unfortunately, I've got some cheap Ryobi router bits, so the cut's not great, but that's alright. I can take it over and just hand sand it nice and smooth. And there's a couple spots where I couldn't get with the actual router bit that I'll just hand sand as well. So next we'll go over to sanding. More sanding, I should say. And once I get it all sanded up to 220 grit, just take some mineral spirits, wipe off all that sand, sawdust from sanding. And I think I'm going to use a spray lacquer on this. Since it won't actually be touching any food, I'm not too worried about putting a food safe finish on it. So I think I'm just going to use spray lacquer. We'll see how that goes. This is going to be kind of a test subject for me. I think I might start making these in the future for my Etsy store or something like that, or craft shows or something like that. But you can see this is the general gist of it. It's got the nice little handle with some grips on it, and the little hole for the to actually pull the rack, and a little hole to push the rack back in. So it should keep your hands nice and safely away from any hot objects. So let's go into finishing once this dries. Alright, let's do a couple of coats of spray lacquer and it should be good to go. Alright, so let's give this thing a try. I got a pizza in the oven, nice and hot, and I'll show you how this thing works. Pretty simple, self-explanatory, but just for my satisfaction, we'll try it out. Using the top hook, I just hook the rack and pull it on out. Now I got my pizza now nice and out in the open for me, and I can get it off the rack relatively easy. And if I needed to push it back in, I just use that front little notch, and I can push it back in. No burns, no nothing. So if you guys like this project, please like and subscribe. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest now. So go like me and subscribe to me, whatever you want to do on those accounts as well. So I'll take it all easy, guys. Or take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all next time.